I'm Karen Thompson, a former food service director dietitian in the hospital, retired family and consumer science teacher, and cook. Join us today. We're not traveling, we're staying in the U.S. to make a family favorite. This is a fresh apple cake. It is delicious. I made one at Christmas and it was a huge hit. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to peel, core, and cut up 5 apples. I want about 4 cups, and these are, decent size apples. So let's get started. Now that the apples are peeled and cut up, let's make the cake. So in my mixer bowl, I have 2 cups of flour, 2 cups of sugar. I'm just going to give this a little mix, and I'm going to add the rest of my dry ingredients. I have 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Just kind of mixing it up a little bit. Don't have to go crazy or anything. Wet ingredients. I've got 1 cup of oil. Any neutral oil will work. I'm using peanut oil. To that, I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of milk, 3 eggs, 3 eggs, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I'm just going to give this a mix, kind of beat those eggs up a little bit, and we're going to add it to the dry ingredients. Simple so far. All right. And add. I'm just going to let this come together, and then I'm going to add my apples and a cup of nuts. I'm using sliced almonds. I've always used pecans before, but I don't have any. Almonds are going to work. It's any kind of nut that you want. So all that's left are the apples and the nuts. I'm going to go ahead and add my apples. They turned a little brown, but you know what? The cake's going to be brown, so it really doesn't matter. And my almonds. We're just going to try to make sure we have a little bit of batter over all of those fresh apples. All right, I think that's incorporated. Now, you can do it in a 9x13. I did it at Christmas that way, but I did have some issues with it kind of being gummy in the middle. I also made this cake for my mom for her birthday in February, and it worked out a whole lot better in a bundt pan. So I have a bundt pan. I have greased and floured with the spray. Let me get the rest of that flour out of there. And I'm just going to pour this in there. It's going into a 350-degree oven, roughly an hour. I'll start checking it at about 50 minutes. The cake is done. It cooked for an hour and 5 minutes. I let it cool for 15 in the pan and flipped it onto my cake plate. Let's make icing. I have 1 block of cream cheese, an 8-ounce block, and I'm going to whip it till it's light and fluffy with 3 tablespoons of melted butter. My cream cheese butter is all nice and fluffy, and I'm going to be adding slowly 2 cups of powdered sugar and mixing it on low, then speeding up. And I'm now adding the 2nd cup of powdered sugar slowly. Can see, oh, I think that's a really good consistency. If it's too thick, you can always add, a little bit of milk. Just add it a little bit at a time. But I think this is going to work. You want a beater?
Oh, that's like after icing. I thought it was a glaze.
No. You have to do this. Yum. Icing on the cake. I am not known for being a fancy piper of icing and making it all beautiful. It will taste good. If you want to pipe this on there, go for it. I'm just going to put it on there and realize that it tastes good. But this is from the person that makes pie crust look icky on purpose so that they'll know it's homemade. All right, let's try some. Ah, oh my goodness. Check that out. Is that not gorgeous? Look at all of those apples in there. Let's give it a taste. Mmm. This is this is to die for good. Y'all really, really need to try it. Chock full of apples. It has a caramely apple flavor. The cream cheese frosting is perfect. It's so delicious. Give it a try. Remember, like, share, follow, Cooking with Mrs. Thompson. You guys have a great day.